It's time.
Let's do it.
Are you going to write a new song?
What?
Going to write a new song next week?
I'll do the best.
Yeah.
I'll do my best on that.
All right. Hey, everybody. It's Full Spectrum Cycling number 277. This is the post-Biketoberfest edition.
Oh, so much fun.
That worked out.
Billy is a saint, man.
Is that what kept you on the ride? Because you're like, I'm so tired, I got to go home.
I know I was exhausted.
Yeah.
I had a long day, okay, motherfucker?
But because it was such a good ride, you kept...
I stepped. Oh, it was great.
Kept riding.
I did.
Riding. Yes. I was surprised that the clunker treated me as nicely as it did.
You did multiple occasions say how much you enjoyed that.
I was surprised. Well, the pace of the ride worked out well for how it's geared.
Once on the ride.
Yeah.
Not chasing e-bikes getting down.
No, exactly. It's one of those, it's a total damn mental.
Who had an e-bike?
Oh, yeah. I was like, between you and Bill, I'm like, this is going to be a noisy ride.
Well, Bill
going, I don't know if I can make it. I don't want, fuck that. I'm not going any further south. I'm not going any
Bill
further
rolls fast, though. He
Bill's a fast freaking
along
rider.
On that fat bike. He's ticking along at 16, 17, which is...
And he's a big boy, too. I mean, it's a big boy riding a big bike, and he moves it.
I mean, I thought it was going to be pace car. I thought it was going to be like way sweever.
You should just put a ski rope on the...
Let him pull him.
Yeah, on the extra cycle, and you can pull JK.
I should have done that next time.
No, I mean, you still have the seat there. I could have just...
You just grabbed onto it,
yeah. I mean,
I've
sketched buses before.
When Tony's doing this, though, you got to watch out.
Yeah, you got to watch out. I will say that I thought that, I'm sorry, but the Jake Newborn speakers were a little annoying. They were just a little too loud, and I think they weren't directed properly, and, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But, and his choice of music was pretty bad, too, but hey.
Yeah.
Well, that's your opinion.
I know,
man.
he finally threw out Ghost Town at like midnight.
Well, yeah, I know there were a lot of calls for it.
Right? Because
they were going to the wrong person, because I was like...
I stuck close to you to listen to your music.
I'm like, all right. Well, I was trying to sound navigate away from him, but he was doing a lot of group ride management,
catching up, and it was
traffic block. And hey, you need to do that, and he does have the rig that would do that, but there's a lot of whatever. It's funny.
So what do you guys think the best stop was? Even though you didn't go to Wiggle Room, which was the best stop.
I'll bet you it was.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. It was
actually, I was pleasantly surprised with Busby's.
Absolutely. Yeah. I had a great time the whole entire night.
Yeah.
I sent Bill a message the next day, and he responded back, "Thank you, General Tony, giving me shit about General Mitchell International Airport."
Oh, that's
and
funny.
then dug me yesterday on the show, saying I'm still going to follow weather track, which calls it General Mitchell International Airport.
General International Mitchell
Because they haven't changed it since they did the
2019 when they changed the name of the damn airport.
Yeah.
General International Mitchell Airport.
Mitchell International Airport.
General International Mitchell
Airport.
Airport.
Stop it.
That's what I hear.
It's just Mitchell Field.
Yes.
It's
Mitchell International Airport.
Yeah.
According to you.
That's where...
according to the news article.
Didn't they have fucking Minuteman missiles?
There was some
base
closer
there?
to the lake, I believe.
Oh, that was Summerfest.
They've been all over. They were in Lake Park and the Cold War, treated Milwaukee well with its missile batteries.
Hey, you didn't grab an Oshkosh, which was prime blow up category because of Oshkosh truck during the Cold War.
Well, yeah.
That was something our second grade teacher told us. Just so you know, if there is a war, we're the first to go. Like, I'm in fucking second grade and you're telling me this?
Yeah.
A millisecond
we all
brilliant light, and then we're vaporized.
Yeah. We're all glass.
Watching the day after.
How many war
getting
games?
Traumatized by that one in grade school? That was grand.
War games references.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Mr. Potato Head.
Yes.
Mr. Potato Head.
The other thing, too.
So, from door to door, leaving at 4 o'clock-ish. 4 o'clock-ish in the afternoon and arriving at almost 4 a.m.-ish.
Very close to 4 a.m.
You guys were gone for 12 hours?
No, it was like 2:30.
Yeah.
But it was a lollygag. Just
I got home just before midnight.
Well, wait.
Did you...
it wasn't going to be no red.
Did you space truck or track it on your phone?
Yes, but I logged in as the wrong thing. But it did record it. And I think it was 31.5.
That seemed far. We didn't go as far as we
I did 24 on mine.
The actual...
But I left early.
The actual loop of the ride itself was not much.
Yeah, it was good.
I mean, I'm blessing it because, in my head, I didn't know how well this was going to treat me.
Much like the turf skate park evening, I
31.9.
meandered around. Wow. I meandered around the south side until we got to Humboldt Park. And I'm like, okay, I know where I am now. I can get home.
Yeah,
for a long time.
I drove down there with John.
Looking route.
Schlick.
But it is a nice.
Yeah, it looks good.
So
all
like
along
just like this down part.
All along the lakefront action.
Nice. I like it.
I mean, just right there, that's the actual ride.
Right.
So, that big, long 10 miles in the other two directions is on the way to get.
Right on. Well, it was a good thing.
Yes. Do it.
I will do it next year again on the 26th year.
There wasn't really any. I thought there would be a little more revelry about that, but
cool. Bill was extremely happy that there were not 250 to 300 people like
which there
a couple
could have
years
been
ago.
given the weather.
Yeah.
There could have been a couple hundred people
because the weather was so bitchin'. I was kind of surprised, but then he didn't let it out until the week before, basically, and specifically didn't pimp it. It was he releases it to a few people. And then those people will kind of invite a few people.
Bike-minded.
I did
manage.
I posted some pictures, and one person did post that they totally forgot about it. Like, oh, I spaced it. I'm like, yeah, you spaced one of the best rides of the year.
I asked him a couple of weeks before when it was going to be, not where's it going to go. But
no.
But
you're not bringing up Buck Crack Andy again.
No,
man. Come on,
you got it.
I just like saying Buck Crack Andy.
Well, anything
you said it twice. You know he's going to plop through the damn.
If we say it again,
don't say it. Don't do it.
Just please, I beg you.
All right, so
it's my Halloween.
So that was Biketoberfest. What else has gone on? Did we? I was going through my pictures to look at what we actually did last week because sometimes I don't recall. Was it last week or the week before?
Right.
Or a year ago?
Time is a flat circle.
Yeah. So I don't remember doing any other real events last week. My own self.
You did send me the link to that absolutely bitchin' cargo bike, though.
Yeah.
That's the belt drive directional turn.
It's Dan Mena sent me a thing on that probably a month or two ago.
Okay.
When they had you could only buy the complete bike. And it's Swiss and it's made in France, so it's not cheap. And I think it was like $8,000 with the pinion gearbox or something.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, that's cool, but man, is that expensive. Even without being an electric bike because it's pinion drive. And then recently they started offering the frame set, which is still spendy at $2,600.
Yeah.
And I think that's without the pinion drive.
No, I'm sure that's without the pinion drive, but it can add. You have to add a pinion. Well, so I think it'll fit, right?
But you can do a 6-speed or a 12-speed or whatever. And it's a really cool design. And I hadn't noticed it the first time, but they use it's got to be an 1.5 inch or something belt that goes between.
And it looks like a Gates basically.
Yeah,
to
between
turn.
the bottom of the head tube and the wheel
the steer tube. Yeah,
that's actually a very cool solution to that problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it doesn't skip a cog.
As you're riding, you turn a corner and it jumps.
It must not, because they've been, riding them.
It's a pretty substantial bicycle for sure.
Yeah, and it's really, it looks like I like the look of it. I mean, it's closing in on Omnium beauty.
Oh, it looks a lot like an Omnium for sure.
Which is, I don't know why I think that bike is so sexy, but it's sexy.
I'll tell you, riding
the Omnium
riding borders on religious to me, so,
I didn't send you guys the picture, but somebody on one of the Omnium groups was asking, like, how do you store them? Because, they're a little long and they're a little wide, and there's a couple solutions.
Living room.
Well, like, they make, now Omnium sells one. There was a third party that made a tilting rack mechanism, and also you can just loosen your handlebars and 90 those.
Yeah, of course.
So it's nice and narrow.
Or just keep riding all year.
I also saw them, you just cock the front wheel and tip it up with the back wheel in the air. And it sits on the rack.
Itself.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, we could try it after the show because I didn't try it yet.
It's like a magic trick?
Yeah. It's like,
that's funny.
yeah, it basically makes it vertical.
All right, now I'm seeing a rollover roll cage. So you could do that and then roll it over and keep riding.
Yeah, with a really strong front brake.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That would be fun. I could do that. So, yeah, I don't know. I've been snooping around the Omnium stuff just because there's some smart people that solve some problems in even simple stuff like my orange straps on there with the D-rings from this guy in Australia.
Yeah, cool idea.
Pell-Mell. On Instagram.
Not Pall Mall. Pell-Mell.
So I don't know if I talked about these before, but they worked really well, and I showed some photos of having that big orange Nanette box on there. And he said, man, that looks like a perfect fit, and it actually is a really perfect fit. But half the price of the belts or the straps was shipping from Australia. Mm. So I'm thinking maybe we should get like 10 sets at a time for people that are in the U.S. and hopefully save a shit ton on shipping. Yeah.
From where?
Australia.
All right.
I know somebody that lived
times. Now Zito's going to walk through that.
I knew a guy that lived there.
I know.
We were somebody.
He gave me a beer this weekend. I was pretty surprised.
Right on.
Yeah, excited.
Yeah. Don't be a dick to him.
You have little faith in humanity, I tell you.
Steven was in today working in the shop on Sean Bike stuff, and he was talking about a company in Australia called Skin Grows Back, and that's
yeah.
So
I believe I've heard Zito talk about this.
Yeah, and that's the backpack that he was wearing on the ride, and he's like, "Oh, I put my down coat on and it's all slippery." And my backpack keeps falling off my shoulder. I'm like, well, it has a sternum strap. You can just strap it. And he's like, yeah, I don't want to do that. Can you put it on your cargo bike? I'm like, I guess.
You loser.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering why.
I can carry it. I don't care. That's what it's made for. Carrying shit.
That was funny because
I would rather put my backpack on there, which was on there too, so I don't have to ride with it on my back.
I don't mind
on my bike. On my back.
Keeps me warm.
Then you got to call it something else.
What?
You have to call it something. Backpack.
It's not a backpack.
Well, when you're
backpack,
when you're not on the bike, then it is a backpack.
It's a bog.
It's not just a duffel bag sitting on the front there. When you're done, you park your bike, you walk, put your backpack on.
But when it's not on your back, it's a bog.
We'll revisit this.
Or pack.
Right. I will be using it more. And
I understand.
I have too many backpacks.
Yeah.
No such thing.
Less backpack.
It's an unattached pannier. There you go.
All right.
It's a pannier-like object.
And the panniers that are going on my Omnium are actually a very, very close derivative of the jammer bag from Roadrunner that goes on the front.
Yeah.
Slightly different, build and mount spots, but they turn into panniers then.
Cool.
Yeah. Maybe next week.
I like the panniers that...
Panniers.
Panniers.
Aren't you a frog? Somewhat?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ha, ha, ha.
I'm not of the Cajun variety, though, but I'd love to be. Because that's delicious food, Justin Wilson would say.
Good stuff, Maynard.
I guarantee.
What a great...
Let's talk a little bit about JK's new ride.
Fuck you, fucking fuck.
Well, I didn't want to bring it up while Ian was expounding on Car Free Week and whatever. I'm like, goddamn car.
I've been car free for 4.5 years, and now
I'm about to
Have you got your minivan?
Oh, yes.
Well, do you know?
I haven't even seen it.
The GT minivan.
The GT.
Does it warm your hinder when you drive?
This is what I want it to look like.
Oh, you should totally do that.
Because
it
would just make
radio
absolutely simple.
Greg, can I get...
I'll put. Wait, you sent some pictures for the show notes.
I'll throw that one on there.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
So
it lends itself.
Is that an Astrovan though?
No, that's a full.
GMC.
That's a full size GMC.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
But somebody has to have done that at some point with a Caravan.
No! I think it should be a Scooby Doo van.
Yeah.
Are you going to make your wheels red like that too?
No, it should be Scooby Doo van.
Well, we will see.
A little powder coating. It doesn't. I think somebody knows
I was
going to
get a cargo van and then have to build that out or in and whatever. So I don't have that.
The budget
homework.
is not blown yet.
Yeah, I don't have that homework assignment mentally for that, so I can just kind of tinker around with this one. I don't know. It's got like a weird thing on the back that mimics the spoiler, so I could just use that as the spoiler and the nice. I just want the red stripe in there.
You have it wrapped.
Maybe you can get a wrap. Thinking about
Something
it,
like that.
Thinking about get a wrap on the ride. Put the wrap on the side.
Just saying.
No idea what you're talking about.
Wrap that rascal.
Wrap it up.
Getting into a different vein of wrapping stuff when you talk about rascals.
It's just cool, and it does have a shitload of space. You are correct, sir, with the Grand Caravan.
Have you thrown? Oh, you threw a bike in there already.
Yes.
It's kind of permanently stowed.
I love that.
Yeah. I mean, there's a seat there in case somebody wants to jump in. Or if I know I have to ferry.
But it came with all the seats, right?
Yeah. They're on the bottom now.
Yeah, you know what's super awesome too is especially the way you have it set up with the two front seats, and then the one seat that you have up is behind the driver.
Yeah.
So you can take the passenger seat and totally slam it like horizontal. So if you need to put something really long, like a roll of carpet or some 2x4s for your project, it's perfect because you now have like 11 feet or more to the front of the van.
Yeah.
Free and clear.
I just found a sauna on Facebook Marketplace that.
So now that you have you got to help move everybody now.
You might have to help me move that.
Oh, if I got the cargo van, sure as shit. Yes. All of it. Here are the keys, for God's sakes.
Stop messing up my leather. You can't bring your building materials in my leather vehicle.
I got some leather.
Surely.
Yes.
This indoor-outdoor sauna looked really good.
So everything I was looking at, they all were like, in Kim's words, were like, I don't want a white rape van.
Yeah.
So what color is yours?
Black.
Ah, nice.
Which is cool.
And it's finished inside. It's not a cargo van. It's finished
it's a GT.
But what I was looking at
way
before
more than
that,
finished. It's way cooler.
But it was like everything I was looking at, the only color was white. It's like, there are ways around that,
Wraps and stuff.
Stickers and blah, 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 blah. You identify it this way, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, it's good. Now I have a little more flexibility in terms of port rides and
you're going to get sand in your stow and go.
I'm going to weather check the hell out of it.
Do you know what the WeatherTech does not make for them yet? Which I don't know why.
Tarp in there.
That would be
that'd be a way better idea.
Super simple solution.
Mm-hmm.
But as I almost always drive with my Grand Caravan, very similar, I am always all seats are down except for the two front. And if WeatherTech made a very nice laser, measure
full back,
I would have bought that.
Oh,
in an
that'd
instant.
be awesome.
I would buy one like right now. Buy one.
And it could be $800 because it's
probably
that big,
$3 or something.
It'd be worth it.
They would sell a bazillion of them.
You could just at the end of the day, lift open the hatch and just pour out all the shit from the bikes. Oh, it's a great idea.
It's almost as good as having like a Honda Passport.
Have you emailed them about this idea?
My buddy's the president of the company, and I can't get him to do it.
You're giving me all of the ideas of just buying one of that nature and then just, I don't know.
It is a great idea.
Cutting it and just slopping
it. Does make it a Honda Element.
We can't. Well, mine is fabric. It's not leather. So
but if you put the cover over it, then it would be basically a Honda Element. And then you can lift it out and hose it out.
You can hose it out.
Suicide doors.
Yep.
Those are cool.
Good stuff.
I love an Element, and you can get it in a stick. which is my big deal.
They were in my conversation of things to look at.
Horrible fuel economy.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, but
The Element.
Oh,
Terrible.
well, yeah, but
surprisingly, the Caravan, I got 26 on the way back from Hayward, which isn't dreadful for a
because
van.
they use a 2.4 in the Element. It gets horrendous fuel economy because you're driving a box and you got to get that RPM way up.
I got 283 horsepower in a 6-cylinder, and I get 26.
That thing it does not have that and still gets like 18.
And it doesn't get out of its own way much either.
Yeah, it's terrible. I love the vehicle, but
they do run forever.
Yeah, they do.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I was going to say. Like, it's a Honda, and I mean, you're just going to get bored with it, or the chassis is going to rust the fuck out. Mm-hmm. But that engine will keep going the whole time. I had a friend in Chicago, and we were driving, and I swear it was like a freaking Flintstones car. I mean, there was like a hole in the floor.
It was still running fine.
Well, yeah. Speedometer was broke. Everything, it was just a motor and seats. It was brilliant.
I like it.
All right, I got a thing here. Noticed it on Facebook. Oh, we should do that first. We're at the top of the hill. That's where we are now. Jake, I don't know much about this. I looked it up.
Four Hands Brewing
from St. Louis.
I don't know a thing about it except I had a 6-pack of zombie dust in my hand. I was going to bring. Just because.
Who doesn't like zombie dust?
Exactly.
Right.
And then I took one more look through the craft beer aisle.
Where was this?
Total Wine.
Oh, well, they should be pretty good at rotating stock at Total Wine, though. So
yeah.
I don't think this is old.
No, I think it tastes fine.
Incarnation IPA?
It's a St. Louis brewery, apparently. I had no idea. I couldn't even tell on the damn can. I just like the art.
Pardon me, I just burped in the microphone.
It was like I'm like it's like it's a pale ale. It's a pale ale, and it's got cool art.
I'll read you what they wrote, just so you can get an idea of what they're thinking.
Okay.
Rise up and tantalize your taste buds. It's a Mosaic-hopped IPA.
Yep.
Incantation pours a glowing amber hue with a firm collar of white foam, a subtle malt sweetness provided by pale and caramel malts. Gives way to loads of pineapple, passion fruit, and candied citrus aromas and flavors. I don't know that I get all that citrusy out of it.
Yeah, that's that little bite, I guess.
It is a 7% beer.
Yeah.
Here's the nice part. They tell you what to eat with it.
I saw that.
You want to pair it with your spicy pad thai, grilled ribeye, which is not spicy, hopefully, sharp cheddar, and carrot cake.
I'm okay with a sharp cheddar.
I don't know about carrot cake.
Not a big fan of carrot. It's okay.
I love carrot cake, but I don't know about it with this beer.
Yeah, I would not do this.
Or sharp cheddar.
Sharp cheddar goes with anything.
No, totally.
You melt it on top of your carrot cake.
Oh, no. You know what you melt on top of?
No.
You melt on top of apple pie.
All right, that's the show beer for today.
Are you... How Wisconsin is that?
It's actually, that's a
Midwest.
That's not a wives' tale, but no. Yes, I always said that was a thing.
Yes, no.
There was a supposedly, and it's all rumor, that in order to generate money for Wisconsin farmers, that all apple pie had to be served with a slice of cheddar cheese. That's all bogus. That being said, my dad always ate his apple pie with a slice of sharp cheddar cheese, and I have to tell you, that combination is absolutely fucking incredible.
Yeah, I could see that. It's like totally good dichotomy of flavors in your face, man.
I mean, I don't like just sweets, like straight up sweets.
I agree. Throw a little something in there.
Yeah, a little bit of savory.
A little cheese action really helps that.
Yeah, right on.
Well, in Anthony Bourdain's world, it was like, I don't really need dessert. Why don't you just give me cheese?
Right.
That'll be my dessert course.
I could do that.
Oh, I have to go into this then.
What about bacon?
Well, bacon
as your
everywhere.
Dessert course.
So,
yes, I did that for family vacation. Chocolate dipped, dark chocolate coated bacon.
So
my little cousins and nieces and nephews were freaking out.
Hopefully,
one
Molly
kid
won't
just
listen to
shoved
this.
8 of them in.
Why?
Because right after we were married, we decided to go out to a fancy dinner after getting matching tattoos.
Tattoos?
And we went to this place called L'Etoile. I highly recommend it in Madison, overlooks the Capitol.
Oh, yeah.
And it started with one of the most epic cheese plates ever. And then it got towards the end of the night, and it got to dessert. And Molly and I both asked the server, like, is it wrong to get another cheese plate? And he looked at us, he's like, would you like different cheeses? I'm like, oh, it's fucking on like Donkey Kong. Nothing's better than starting a meal with cheese and ending it with cheese. Oh, I like so fucking
like
that.
Yeah. But I could be persuaded to think along those lines.
That was great.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Some apple slices on the side to go with the cheese. Oh.
Yeah. It's not like, oh, hey, Ma Fisher's or, Greek Family Restaurant going like anything from the twirling dessert display. Like
Don't go in there.
No.
It's like, oh, man, there ain't nothing is looking right there.
You don't like that key lime pie? I don't like that key
Well, I do like me a key lime pie. I actually made an Atlantic beach pie last week.
Oh, what is that?
Same thing, same concept.
Okay.
Except like every other kind of citrus.
Okay.
As well.
Okay.
That's interesting. So I don't know if you guys ran across this on the book face, but I've got a message or two about it. That a young lady from the Milwaukee area who's a hairdresser and an avid cyclist.
Oh, shit.
No,
yes.
I didn't see that.
Her name is Ivy. She had I don't know what happened exactly, but somehow she had a CO2 cartridge pump thing like explode.
What?
While she was doing something with it on her bike, and her face got like shrapneled or something, and she's I guess needing some reconstructive stuff. And there's
Jesus,
right? There's a GoFundMe, and to the credit of people who know her, it's doing pretty well. So there's a link in the show notes if that's something you feel like you should support. And
wow,
it's going to be a longer recovery because there's multiple things to kind of make things hopefully close to what they were before, kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I don't know all the details yet, but I do know that it's something that cyclist, local.
Go for Ivy.
Go right. Yeah, for sure.
Definitely look that up.
JK yelled at me about this one.
Uh-oh.
Because it's a JS Online link.
He did yell at us earlier about that.
But so in the northwest corner of the city, there's Little Menominee River Parkway.
Read it to me.
Yeah.
I think it's way out there by 105th and almost out of the
almost
county.
Highway 100.
Yeah, and they're turning one of the roads there into pedestrian and bike only permanently.
Cool. Interesting.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because people are using it as drag strips and doing stupid shit on it.
Right.
Fuck them.
Yeah, right? So hopefully that will tame down the peoples in their fast automobiles and also give people a place where they can feel safe actually being outside and walking around. And
yeah, right.
Anyway.
And practice their longboarding in the middle of the
So if you're not in the city of Milwaukee and you don't go to JS Online all the time, you can certainly go to this site and you won't get paywalled.
To check it out.
I think you get 4 a month, and that's just like, come on.
Right. It is kind of lame.
Douchebags. Throw some advertising on there. I think they already do throw advertising on there.
A lot of it.
Then why paywall it?
Right.
Don't get me started.
Mike is not on traditional media anymore. It doesn't care for it.
Yeah.
In the least.
Well, no, it's
legit. I get it.
I mean, I don't know.
All right, I've had this link in here, and I keep taking it out and moving it forward, but I would like to get rid of it this week, so I would go check it out if I were you. This is just how dangerous is the Great Salt Lake dust, because as we know, the Great Salt Lake is shrinking, and the dust apparently has a lot of stuff in it. Besides salt? Yeah, when it blows around, it's got heavy metals and all sorts of shit.
Nasty as shit.
So there's a dude. His name is Evan. He's a guy from NBC News. He's the dust researcher Kevin Perry, and he's using a Fatbike with some kind of big equipment on the back of it that he's using to go out there on the whatever you call it. It's not a playa. What is it?
It looked like a
it's almost
a dolly. Just looked like a normal damn dolly.
Right, but it's some sort of measuring equipment to see what they're getting. But the fact that he's on a Fatbike is pretty cool because he's now doing like research and whatever on this Fatbike deal.
I like it.
I don't know. You put a bunch of Californians in out there at the old Great Salt Lake with my brethren, the Mormon folk,
right?
And you're gonna take up your resources. Is what you're gonna do out there.
It's a great place for the spaceship to land too.
What spaceship?
Again?
What
Our
spaceship?
progenitors?
What spaceship?
You know what's
Which one?
You know, it's all about the extraterrestrials. Is it not possible that in the remote past?
We're getting towards the end of the show, but does anyone talk about the fact that Paul finally released a C-clamp?
Hoo-ha? Paul?
Isn't that what I sent you guys a link for?
I don't know. Where is it?
I sent you a link, save it for the show.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see that.
You have to introduce.
I'll look.
Let me go back here. Let me go back here. Bike Rumor. Oh, I'm sorry, Chris King.
Oh, yes, I did see that.
Chris King C-post collar, finally.
I think Paul made one that was only a specific size. Oh, my God, look at those things up there. They're Japanese beetles. There's 3 of them.
Oh, my God, I vacuumed like 4,000 out of my house.
Well, don't pull one of these ceiling tiles down in this room.
It's horrible, man.
There may be a bunch up there. I don't know.
Yeah, Cleon's freaking out. Like, I literally have had thousands in our house. There's an outbreak that is out of control right now in the RW.
Predators posing as pets.
Yeah, but they're
nobody
cute
wants
like a ladybug, but
they
nobody
bite,
wants to
but
fuck
they bite.
with a ladybug.
And no animals
You
will eat
wanna
them because
fuck
they
with
taste
these.
like shit, according to what I've read.
Well, they're invasive too. So
They're heavily
get
invasive.
Rid of those little bastards.
I'm not exaggerating. I vacuumed up at least 1,000 in my house. The back door.
Oh, look at that.
They sneak in the back door.
Tony can see the big clock. Look at
6:31.
Look at the big clock.
Show's over.
So I'm going to have that for when people are using the studio.
That's an Arnold Palmer size clock.
Yeah, there you go. Way to bring that up.
Mm-hmm.
What was the best post I read was Stormy Daniels.
He's
man. No Arnold Palmer.
She would know.
That's good.
Right on.
Supposedly.
All right, next week,
He's
folks.
all man. No, he's not.
Vote for Pedro.
We'll be here for show 278
Arnold Palmer
next week,
is half man, half at lemonade.
Yeah.
John Stewart. Okay. He landed better
Does
for
anybody
him.
even order Arnold Palmers anymore?
Not anymore.
Yeah.
All right, then. Bye.
I do.